back at business. Here we go. Sorry, a little late, finishing up a little project. What is going on? Hang on, let me get in here. Let me sit in this little studio area. Get the lights on in here. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone's week been? See, I got a little haircut today. Ooh, I almost knocked over this camera right here. Guys, big announcement. I gave up getting a mall haircut. I went to a real barber today. Real barber. Went to the Dapper Den in Richfield. They gave me a nice cut. And, if I'm doing this whole podcast thing, I got to look presentable. I can't be having like this big bushy set of hair. So I finally went to a real barber. So we got that out of the way. I'll be going to a real barber. I always get ripped by my friends for going to the mall to get a haircut. I guess that doesn't count as a real haircut. So that's all I'm going to say on that. We got new merch. Check out the new merch. I posted it last week. Go to ianbick.com. Use code LOCKEDIN to get 20% off. Check that out. Hope everyone had a great Easter if you celebrate it. I went to dinner at my friend's house last night, and of course I was getting ripped for going to prison. All the guests, like the old ladies and the old men that were there, they're curious about prison, so they're asking me all these prison questions, this and that. So it's always pretty funny when you go to a dinner and you're like the only felon at the dinner. But yeah. So other than that, pretty normal week. We had some cool episodes drop. Darren Prince's episode, Louis Essig dropped last night. That was about an inmate that became a correctional officer. Tomorrow we have a great episode, comedian Brittany Schmidt. That episode drops. It's a funny one. It's a great one. She talks about her experience in jail for a DUI. This week, we got some major episodes. We got a cat burglar, Jennifer Gomez, on Thursday. Sunday, we have a former Latin king. And next Tuesday, we have my former criminal defense attorney, Jonathan Einhorn. Those episodes all come out in this coming week. And those are going to be really, really good. There's JD DeLay in the building. There he is, Papa DeLay. What do you call me, fat JD? Thought this is a safe community, and your name calling? Shit, it's kind of mean. It's against your MO. Start bullying people on here. But yeah, so that was the week. Hope you guys all had a good week. Yeah, bully tactics is right, Jojo? That's crazy, man. My man JD. And as always, remember to follow me on Instagram at Ian_Bick. Message me, talk with me on there. Also my email, contact@ianbick.com. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. I try to be as responsive as possible. And every Monday night we got these live, 7 p.m. Madison, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Appreciate all you guys for the support. I put on some weight, got some muscle, been hitting the gym. My morning routine right now is, I'm trying to go to bed 11 p.m., go to bed, 7 a.m., wake up. I go for a 2-mile walk with my dog, hit the gym for weights. And then, what do we got next? Hit the gym for weights and then dive into work for the day. And then I'm at the studio. This is our second rental studio right here. I'm at the studio till probably tonight, stay till like 8, and then go home. I've been doing a lot of chicken thighs in the air fryer. It's been really good. Loved the chicken thighs. Season it with some lemon pepper seasoning or some salt and pepper, some rice on the side and some vegetables. It's pretty good. I will say, so you go to BJ's. Yeah, you go to BJ's, you get the big giant value pack for like $22, but I fucked up. I accidentally got the bone-in ones. So I got those seasonings, salt and pepper, olive oil. I'm going to make that tonight in the air fryer. Love my air fryer. I know I'm late to the party, but oh well. Anyways, let's get into it. Celebrities that I was in prison with. So I was actually in prison with three pretty notable people, celebrities and whatnot. Rocky Mountain, yeah. Maybe I'll get that. Maybe I'll come out of retirement. We'll see. But yeah, so celebrities that I was in prison with. Oh, JoJo, I use a rice cooker. All right, now let me get into it, and then I'll read your guys' comments. We'll do some Q&A. But celebrities I was in prison with. First one, Joe Giudice, whatever that guy's last name is, from Desperate Housewives, who was married to Teresa Giudice, whatever their last name is. I always pronounce that wrong. I was at the Fort Dix low security prison with him on the east side. He was in prison for mortgage fraud. And at the time, he was a lot bigger. He lost a ton of weight in prison. He always hung out with the Italians. And I remember seeing him at the chow hall. He had been sentenced like the year earlier. He was there like a year or almost 2 years earlier than I was, but he was at the low security prison. He kept to himself, quiet guy, but people would be like, "Oh, do you know who that is?" And my interaction with him, I remember bumping into him at the chow hall and just saying hello. I wasn't like, oh, you're a celebrity and fanboying or this and that. But when I remember being on visits with him, and Teresa, because she had already been out of prison at that point, would come and visit him. They both went to prison, both the husband and the wife. She would come and visit with him. They would bring their kids. It would be a whole big spectacle. Teresa visiting him. Everyone was always staring in the visiting room because she was always like done up, tits out, like looking good. But yeah, that was my experience with Joe. And he was just a quiet guy, like hung out with the Italians, didn't really get in any trouble, lost a ton of weight. He was always working out, nice guy. And then, it sucks he got deported. I remember when he was getting ready to get out, they put a detainer on him, and whatnot. So then also that was on the east side was, I think it was Big Meech, one of the guys from BMF. One of the brothers was on the east side too. And I didn't know anything about the BMF story or anything like that, but they were like, "Oh, that's a guy from BMF." And I know 50 Cent just did a whole documentary on him and whatnot. But he was on that side. He would always be in the TV room. Actually, I think he was on the west side when I was over there. I got to watch the TV show. My man Gianni Paolo from Power, whose episode came out last week, is always talking about that. Check that episode out if you haven't already. Eric, email me again. Really, Instagram DM's the best, but if you don't have it, shoot me an email and I can email you it. I get a ton of emails. Antonio, yeah, we need Mike Tyson on the show. Guys, check out Mike Tyson's merch, bro. They always send me stuff and the edibles. Like, he's the man. Gonna be seeing him hopefully this coming month. So yeah, Sean, happy birthday to your sister, Annie. Shout out to Annie. My email is ian@ianbick.com. So it was Joe Giudice and then Big Meech, I think, one of the brothers. Don't quote me on that. And then the third celebrity I was in prison with was George Papadopoulos. He was a part of Trump's cabinet or whatever, the part of the startup team, not his cabinet directly, but he was part of like the start of the election squad, whatever. He played some role. He ended up he was one of the first people charged in like the whole Mueller investigation. And he ends up getting sentenced to 2 weeks in federal prison. Fucking 2 weeks. And out of those 14 days, he only serves like 11 or 12 because 2 of them fell on a weekend and they don't release people on the weekends. So he came to the Oxford Federal Prison camp I was at, and that was pretty funny. We're all trying to snap pictures of him, sell his photos to TMZ. I remember he'd be sitting at the library and I'm on a little contraband phone trying to snap pictures, and we're all emailing TMZ to get it out there. It was so funny. And this guy like looked like a chomo. Just Google search George Papadopoulos. If anyone should be called a chomo in America, it's him. And so he was in prison with us, and I remember just having conversations with him. All the older guys were approaching him, picking his brain because they thought this was like the coolest celebrity they've ever met. And the guys, if there was a list of celebrities, this guy would be like a D-lister. It's not like a big celebrity, but they treated him like one. The prison was, you know, when he came, we went on lockdown because TMZ was outside, and all the news reporters, when he self-surrendered, they said we weren't allowed to walk outside during that because we were at a camp. There's no fence. You're free to roam around. They locked it down. The warden comes. It's like a whole big spectacle whenever someone famous comes. And it was like that when he got released too. And they released him like early in the morning. They wanted to get him out of there. Yeah, of course, GP is far from a chomo. I'm just saying he looks like one. They did. I'm just saying he looked like a chomo, and everyone called me like a chomo too. And obviously, I'm not a chomo. But we were at a camp, so there's no chomos at camps. There's only chomos at low or above. I'm not on Sirius XM, I don't think. I actually just canceled my Sirius XM subscription. Tired of, they always rope you in. They always got some type of scam. Like it's like low monthly fees or low payments, this and that, and then bam, they hit you with like the renewal or some shit like that. I don't know. If anyone that's been to prison in this chat, let us know if you guys have been to prison with any celebrities. Let's hear your story. See what you got. New background. Are you talking about the brick one? The new brick background. I'm in our second studio right now. This is one we rent out. But the new locked in logo with the bricks. Abraham, the So Say the Ghosts one should be coming out next week or the week after. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but we normally film episodes about 3 to 4 weeks in advance. We're ahead of the game. I'm going to Nashville in a couple weeks. Anyone in the chat in Nashville? Let's grab a bite to eat or something. This is my first time going to Nashville. I'm speaking at the National Association for Reentry Professionals Conference. I got invited into a jail there. I'm going to go visit. I'm actually going to be able to film some interviews with some people currently in prison. That's going to be exciting. We got all the gear packed. We're going to be going live from there. I'm going to be speaking to the inmates. It's going to be really cool. Bringing all the gear on the road, bringing the cameras, everything. It's going to be cool. So excited for that. Eric, yeah, they don't necessarily call it a warden. I think they call it like a superintendent, but we're going to be talking to him. I interviewed a county sheriff, too, a few months ago back in August in Arkansas. I did a county sheriff interview. That was good. Vendetta, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got. What other questions we got? Clint, yeah, definitely want Jelly Roll on the show. I want Jelly Roll and Bunny, his wife. I think that would be great. Josh, thank you for the support. What's a thug shake? I've never heard of that before. Anyone know what the thug shake is? That's pretty funny. Dude, so I got these waters. $9 for a case of like 18 of these on Amazon. I've never seen water that cheap before, and it's good. It's got the electrolytes in it, everything like that. It's pretty cool. Who would have thought? Guys, what other questions we got? Let's chat. Tim Snow, I'll check him out for sure. Yeah, Guard from Rikers, great episode. Ebron Leroy, we're working on getting him back for part 2 in a couple weeks. That's going to be good. Imagine P. Diddy as a... Dude, what do we think about P. Diddy? I think, see, the feds don't just raid anyone just to raid anyone, you know? I feel like they already have everything they need on him, and they're getting ready to indict. Look at Trump, you know? They raided him, and then came the charges of the documents case. So I think charges are on the way. I think this guy's screwed. And look at Sam Bankman. Sam Bankman got 25 years. Dude, he's doing 20 of that. He's doing 18 to 20. It's a Fed sentence. So And fucking Sam Bankman's fucked, man. That's his whole life. The guy's 30 years old. Not gonna be out till he's 50. Crazy. But yeah, Diddy's done, man. Yo, shout out to Spankin' Monkeys, man. My guy Jamie Foltz. Guys, check out Spankin' Monkeys. He's got a great YouTube channel. I just did an interview with him too. And I had done an interview for my channel with him last year. It's I was forced to live with a chomo, or they put a chomo in my cell. Jamie Foltz. Great episode. Really good dude. If you guys like JD Delay content, you'll love Jamie Foltz. He just has that look to him, and he's a great guy. No, Feds is not 65%. Feds is 85%. And then you can get like a little bit more reduced time for programs and shit, I believe, but it's 85%. Dude, I talk to people all the time. It's amazing. Like if you're a first-time offender in the state, you could get off pretty easily. It's insane. Like if my case was not federal and if it was state, I would have gotten out in like less than a year. So it's nuts. Favorite interview? I love my original OG JD Delay interview. How could you not? It was such a great conversation, such a great duo. It's my best performing one. I absolutely love my JD Delay interview. I don't think that'll ever change. Jojo, I think they lowered it based on they lowered it if you program, like there's certain things, but I don't think right off the bat you get 65%. But yeah, JD Delay interview, that will forever be my favorite interview. Not, I could have a celebrity, and that JD Delay interview will still be my favorite. Have you guys ever watched my Chevy Chase interview? That's also a pretty classic one too. Like just to have that legend on my show, that was really cool. I didn't check out the Cat Williams interview. I'll check that out. Oscar Castro's interview was great. See, he was the type of guy you just let him speak. That's all you got to do. A lot of podcasters miss that point. If you're going to have a guest on your show, don't interrupt the guest. Let the guest speak, and the guest will handle the rest. Oscar came prepared. He was ready to share his story, and he killed it, man. I'm excited for him to launch his own channel and everything like that. Someone you know, absolutely, yeah. Me and that was only like less than 10 episodes in, so it was good. Antonio will definitely have a warden on the show. I mean, so far I had the Sheriff John Staley. That was as close as I've gotten to a warden because he runs his own jail, so that was cool. Yeah, the politics of people getting arrested, this and that, it's so fucked. It's all corrupt. The system's fucking corrupt. It's crazy. It really is. It's sad, you know? But, you know, a channel like mine and other channels like mine that expose the system and put it out there and show what exactly is going on, you know, goes a long way. It's just, it really is crazy how politics and money influence, you know, affect the system, and that the rich guys just, they get off. The rich guys get off, and us little people, you know, who do way less than some of these guys, get off easy. I mean, get off hard. It's crazy. Dark Light, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Food in prison. It all depended on the spot. The bigger places, in my opinion, were all underseasoned, small portions. But when I was at the camp, the inmates, it was very small. It was only like 100 something inmates. It was it was well taken care of, well seasoned. Got to have that seasoned food, and it was just a whole different vibe, way different experience. John, I would absolutely interview a former POW. I think that would be a great perspective if you can make it, or if you or the person you're talking about can make it to Connecticut. We'd love to have you on. Eric, I will never have that guy Chucky on my show. He's tried to start so much crap with me. He's never coming on here. also known as Honaki by JD Delay. But yeah, he's not coming on here. He blew his shot. However, I would love to have Carlos from 60 Days In on the show. We're working on that. Yeah, Chucky's just a. I'm not even going to give him the time of day, give him the space. Just rude and obnoxious. There's no need for that. It doesn't make sense. Like, just focus on producing content, bro. Stop trying to beef with anyone. The worst people aside from chomos. I mean, chomos are definitely the bottom of the barrel. I don't know what you would put next to that. People that hurt women or children like violently, I guess would be the next one. Yeah, Carlos is a good guy. I've talked to him. Yeah, I used Dystopian. I would bring the Adobe Sazon seasoning packets to the chow hall because the rice was terrible. You would literally have to bring, and the Mrs. Dash I would bring too. I'd bring so much seasoning, and I would love to bring, what is that hot and sour or duck sauce or some sriracha sauce. Me and my bug bait would always each bring a sauce. He taught me that. He would always just bring, a little bottle of sauce, and it made all the difference. And we would spice some stuff up. But you got to bring the sauce to Chow Hall. You are doing your bid wrong if you're not bringing a little bottle of sauce with you. Rocky Mountain. There is over, 2 or 3 million people that have been to prison alone or incarcerated, whatever the stats are. So there's that figure. And then you have all the people that have battled addiction. So I don't think I'd ever run out of content. There's always someone to talk to. And right now we have over 300 people sitting on a list waiting to get interviewed. That's why I upped it to 3 episodes a week. So I think there's always going to be content. You'll never run out of it. There's so many people that want to come on the show. It's not hard to find guests. And I am open to just the average person. I believe wholeheartedly everyone has a story and everyone should be given the opportunity to share it, share their perspective. Fuck what the media wrote about them. And half the time they didn't even reach out to get their perspective. It's up to me and my platform to give everyone the opportunity to share their perspective, and not what just the prosecution or media said about them. So I don't think we'll run out of content. I don't think I've interviewed a kingpin turned addict, no. Yeah, Cajun ramen. I used to take the Cajun ramen. It was like the hot chili, the green packets of ramen, and I would put that on rice or whatnot. That was easily the best ramen. Breakfast really depended on the spot. I don't think you really got eggs. You would normally get like a pastry or a bagel. You would have brunch. When they served eggs, it was brunch on Saturdays and Sundays, or mostly Sundays. They would have eggs, sausage patties or sausage links, and bacon. I know some prisons, I think, would do some type of sandwich or eggs to order or something like that. I'm in our second studio. This is where people rent it out and whatnot. Got the cameras right there. These walls change colors. It's pretty cool, but I'm at my studio. I live in Danbury, Connecticut. Someone, I appreciate that. I think that's what makes our channel different. It's a channel for the people, by the people, and it's just us little guys. I think what's cool is you don't need a huge social media following to come on my show. You just got to be a normal dude, normal girl that has a story to tell, and we all have stories. So that's what I'm about. Pancakes at prison were the best breakfast was egg pizza. I don't remember egg pizza. Don't remember that. We had a scratch bakery at the camp, so we would make like this. When we would make fresh pizza like twice a month, and we would make fresh pizza dough. It was like a focaccia dough, and we used to smuggle that back to make BLT pizzas. They don't have fruit on the commissary. They just they do serve a fruit with every meal at the chow hall. Apples, bananas, oranges. I think that was it. Mandarin oranges sometimes. I don't know what other fruit there was. I think that was it. My Easter was good. I went to my friend's house. His family invited me over. I hope your Easter was good. The podcast side, like I have a studio that I produce other people's podcasts for. If you guys have a podcast or you need editing or anything like that, reach out to us. My website for my studio is Creative Evolution Studios. I make clips for people. Like, for example, Johnny Mitchell is TikTok. I make all of his clips. I'm really good at making clips, running people's social media accounts, helping them grow their channel. I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. To me, it's not work. I love a good challenge of making content, and I like talking to people. I have a really cool job, and it's flexible. Like, I can move things around. I could work on my own schedule, it's all different. I would definitely do Michael Francis. We got a couple angles we're working on, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I do the Mean Girls. I do This Is the Worst podcast too. Check that out on YouTube. It is with Brittany Furlan and Brittany Schmidt. And Brittany Schmidt came on my podcast. That episode comes out tomorrow. It's a good episode. NG, one thing I miss. I gotta miss if I had to say anything, I missed the commissary food. Like the meals we would create, the nachos, the pizza, all of that. It was very unhealthy for you, but it was just, I don't know, it was just a different time, and there's no stress. There's no waking up trying to put food on the table or this and that. I miss that, like that peace and quiet to just do whatever it's different. Furlan, yeah, we definitely want Brittany Furlan on the show. So we're working on that too. We got a lot of exciting things on the works. I'm going to be going to California once a month. We just booked our second trip to do some other more content out there. Did you guys listen to the Gianni Paolo episode from Power? I thought that was a great conversation. Check that out if you haven't. That came out last week on my channel. 100% would do former Special Forces guys. I've had already a couple military guys on the show and will continue to do so. Jackson, shout out to you. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the 3 dots. If you're on vertical mode on YouTube Shorts, give me a like. Let's like this puppy up. Hit those 3 dots, shoot us a like, and let's get these likes up on this. Also, I need a favor from you guys. Everyone always asks how they could support the show. Please go to Spotify or Apple. I know we're on YouTube and whatnot, but just go to Spotify or Apple and just leave us a review. If you go to Apple, it'll actually let you write a review on Locked In with Ian Bick, and Spotify, you just have to give it a star. So I would appreciate that. If you guys could take, it'll take a minute, 2 minutes tops, search Locked In with Ian Bick on Apple and Spotify and just hit that like and follow. Even if you don't listen on there, it goes a long way with pushing it out to more people, and it helps us grow. And also, if you have a favorite episode, post on your channel. Post on your Instagram, on your Facebook. Share what your favorite episode of Locked In was and why. It goes such a far way, and I really appreciate it. It means the absolute world. So I thank you guys for that. Yes, we would. So what we would do is we'd take the ramen noodles and we would mix it with the rice and fry the rice. It's so crazy what guys would do and the commissary they would come up with. It was nuts. It really is something to think about, It's just really nuts. What else we got, guys? Drop questions in the comments. If you're just joining the live, my name is Ian Bick. I have a podcast, Locked In with Ian Bick, where I interview former people that were in prison, correctional officers, lawyers, prosecutors, everything like that. People that have battled addiction. Vortex, shout out to you. Jeremy, what's up? Hola. And remember to hit those 3 dots and leave us a like. Hit that like button, guys. Let's pump these likes up. We're only at 43. Let's get those up. If you want the link to my HBO documentary that those bastards took down, DM me on Instagram at Ian_Bick, and I will send you the direct link. I got that private link. Rocky Mountain, good night to you. Ciro, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. The fish patties were hit or miss. I got to say, some fish patties were all right. Some sucked at the chow hall. But yeah, the ones we would make with mackerel, boy, those puppies were good. we would put that over some fried rice. Man, we started like a prison cooking competition show. If you guys look on my YouTube, it's actually pretty funny. If you search Commissary Cook-Off, we did some good episodes. Oh, you're from the Ozarks? That's awesome. I love the Ozark TV show. Josh, it probably got lost in the sauce. Just DM me again, and it'll push it up to my front. Pasta and peas. How'd you get peas in there? Interesting. Guys would use, the ramen noodles to make pasta. I saw some guys make like spaghetti and meatballs with, they would do the sausages, the beef logs, turn that into a meatball, mackerel into a meatball, everything like that. Michael, what's up, man? Good to see you in the live again this week. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, we had the macaroni and cheese cups, the Kraft mac and cheese cups. So we would use that. A lot of guys, what they would do is they would make like a little, this was like a very big Jamaican thing. They would make fried rice, they would do the fried mackerel patties, and then they would make like a mac and cheese and have those three as a meal. It was really good. Hellfire Paintball, shout out to Australia. I know I have a lot of Australian followers for the podcast. I see you guys messaging me on Instagram, commenting on the live. Shout out to all the people that support us from Australia. And shout out to the truckers. Shout out to all the truckers out there that watch the show. I gave you guys a shout out in the episode that came out last night. But I appreciate you guys. I know you guys have a interesting job and you're on the road a lot and you listen to the show, and it means a lot. My favorite food, I'm a big sushi fan. I love Italian too. Love sushi. I'm not against anything. And you know what I've been enjoying lately? Just like hanging out at home, man. Who gives a fuck about going out? Like, I'll go out to dinner, but the people that go out week after week to the bars and this and that, I don't know. I couldn't do it. Like, if that's what you like to do, no hate to you. But I've just been enjoying staying in, watching TV, watching a movie. It's very peaceful. It's peaceful. Yeah, going out is just so expensive. It's just not worth it. I don't know. I've been liking to cook at home. You guys see, if you follow me on Facebook, I love my air fryer, but it's just, I don't know, guys. Growing up, you're trained to think that you got to go out all the time. You got to go to the bar. You got to do this. You got to do that. Find someone that you enjoy spending your time with, a girl, a guy, whatever your preference is, and spend time together at home. Make a meal, order takeout. It's so peaceful. I love it. I will prefer a night in going out. I only really go out right now when I'm either going out to a dinner or have an event I have to go to, but I'm just a big homebody. I love it. I love being at home. I love being on the couch. It's just so peaceful. And especially when you're with someone that you appreciate being around and time and whatnot. Or if you're alone, just, being alone is good too. Colin, yeah, I would do an influencer boxing match if it made sense. The money would have to be right. I'm not going to do it to clout chase or this or that. But if there was an opportunity for me to hop in the ring and get some serious coin and pay off my restitution, I would do that 100%. Top interview list, definitely Jelly Roll. He's at the top. We're going to get that interview. It's only a matter of time. Dystopian, if you fill out the booking form at ianbick.com, you'll get put on the waiting list. We reach out to everyone. It might take some time because we're working through a big list, but we're working through it. Yeah, Tyson's 100% going to be at Jake, and he's going to whoop Jake. No disrespect to Jake, but yeah. Darklight, you definitely got to check out Jelly Roll if you haven't. Mr. Arujo, I love the cook-offs, but here's the thing. They're just so time-consuming to produce, and it's very repetitive unless you have different faces on it. Like, you need maybe some celebrities to mix it up or something to bring a little more jazz to it. We'll see what happens. Maybe someone will pick it up as a TV show. You never know. Yeah, these lips got some miles on them, baby. Everyone always rips me. It's the face, the glasses, whatever, man. It's part of the brand. Who cares? Um, yeah, I'd love to go to the Ozarks. I'll let you know if I'm ever out there. I want to do more traveling. I'm going to Nashville in a couple weeks, California next month. Keep you posted. But listen, guys, I gotta run. I gotta go home, leaving the studio. I've been here all day. Got a haircut today from a real barber shop, by the way. No more mall haircuts for me. My friends can stop making fun of me. Shout out to the Dapper Den in Richfield. Really cool spot. Yeah, I agree. More JD Delay interviews. I want to do skits with him. But great chatting with you guys. Always a pleasure. The people that come in here week after week um, means a lot. I see you guys. And I'll see you next Monday, 7 p.m. Tune into the episodes this week. Got some exciting ones. And as always, much love, much respect. Thank you guys for the support. I love you guys. And Eric, thank you, man. And if you need anything, hit me on my Instagram, Ian at _Bick. And I'll see you guys next week.